Almost majority of the batch has been rejected more than once. So like
Mm-hmm.
being rejected by YC is like pretty normal. It's like
Normal.
one step closer to being accepted in the YC. Yeah, one thing that I've realized like after YC is like there's like no magic secret sauce. It's like the same thing, but
Haha.
doing it like with more direction, more intensity. Where do you live? Explain the decision,
Hmm.
why SF, why I was already in SF at that point,
Yeah.
and initial traction. The one thing that you should do to increase your odds of
Hmm.
getting into YC is just build a good business and make something people want.
To give an audience an introduction, Saksham is a friend from BITS Pilani. He is the co-founder of Cardboard, which is a YC-backed startup जो is revolutionizing video editing with AI. I feel, Saksham, you would be able to introduce yourself better. So, can you just give a one line about yourself to people who don't know you?
I'm Saksham. I am co-founder of Cardboard. I started this with my childhood friend Nishan. We applied to YC in November 2025, and then we were in Winter 26 batch. We just ended in March, and now we are building the product and getting the users. Um, yeah, pretty exciting journey. We are building agentic video editor, which lives in your browser, where users can upload their clips and just ask it to edit with AI.
Got it, got it. Like मैं एक पर्सनली यूजर रह चुका हूँ कार्डबोर्ड का एंड सिंस मेरा एक वीडियो एडिटिंग बैकग्राउंड आई कैन डेफिनेटली सी द वैल्यू विच इट प्रोवाइड्स मतलब from the raw footages to the end result, the entire process is accelerated by a very big margin. So kudos on that. बस ये कॉन्वर्जेशन मतलब इज targeted for anyone who is aspiring to build and is interested about YC, how someone gets into YC, what are the benefits of getting into it, and what's the life after it. ये बस शिक्षा मतलब I feel the audience is very much interested about the YC application process. But before we get into it, uh, what has been the journey like? मतलब I know कि you have been a builder since a very early stage. Bits में भी like you had a reputation कि सक्षम मतलब ऐसे कोडिंग का गॉड वॉड, और फिर बैंगलोर में भी EF का फेज. तो like how has be it shaped up since your early stage, मतलब childhood में भी ऐसा कुछ experiences रहता है, college में भी. तो can you describe how did you get to here?
Yeah, I mean, like to give you guys a summary, mostly me and Ishan, we knew each other from when we were like 9, 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, Ishan has been this person who started coding really early. And then we both used to like geek on computers since he was basically 11. And then we started to like build some interest in computer science and realized the only way to learn computer science is to score good marks in JEE.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I tried to do. And then we are in this like land of entrepreneurship, BITS Pilani, and suddenly everyone over there seems to be doing great, and that sort of pushed me to work more and explore this like new world, and
Mm-hmm.
ended up working in early teams of multiple startups, and I feel that sort of like um, ignited the fire and also like planted the seed to do more. And also, I come from a family where like everyone is like either a small trader or a wholesaler of small goods. Banya family basically. So like always had that kida of entrepreneurship in me. And always wanted to try that. And when EF approached me, it felt like the right opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And in my last year, went to Bangalore, just came to Pilani for exams, went to Entrepreneur first, uh, and found a co-founder there, and we raised pre-seed from EF, ran that company for 1.5 year, and post that I had a lot of time. So I started exploring different ideas,
Mm-hmm.
started speaking at conferences in Singapore, China, London, and sort of started traveling the world, started my fitness journey, and sort of thought like my life is pretty interesting now. I should like tell more people about it. And what's probably like the best way to tell about your story? Maybe a video. So I thought like let's try to make a video. I recorded myself, and then at the end of the day, I was like, Abhi, I'll edit for like 30 minutes and I'll post it. That was like a very far from reality experience.
Huh.
I sat down and edited for like 6 to 8 hours. I was like, this is freaking insane. This is not how the world works. I was like, maybe I'm just a bad editor. And I was
Huh.
like, okay, let me try to hire more video editors. I hired a bunch of freelancers
Hmm.
and sort of just saw them edit a video. I
Hmm.
was like, very soul sucking experience. They were like just using shortcuts better than me and doing the same old thing which people have been doing for last 25 years. Like AI is so good, maybe there's something is not fitting in. I
Hmm.
talked to Ishan, and Ishan is like, oh, I also create videos for HackerRank demo days. There
Huh.
are HackerRank demo days at the end of every month where you present your work to the whole team. And
Okay.
Ishan was this guy who used to present his work to the whole HackerRank company.
Yeah.
And at the end of every month, he used to make these Apple style cinematic style launch videos. He was
Hmm.
like, dude, I learned DaVinci and Premiere Pro for 2, 3 months and then I'm able to edit a video. I'm like, dude, that is insane. You're not supposed to do that, maybe. Because then it turns out apparently the tools which are able to made to help are not really helping. Right. Then I realized probably we should do something about it. That's
Hmm.
how like we started Cardboard, started building, gained some momentum, applied to YC, and then we got in.
Like, definitely the core of the problem is very relatable. Editing is never a 30 minute task, like मतलब 6 8 घंटे कहाँ चले जाते पता ही नहीं चलता. But
Hmm.
a thing which I want to highlight is you had a experience of startup before Cardboard, okay, and
Yeah.
1.5 years of building into it, then deciding that to switch up the gear, change the gears, and move to a completely new startup, and then getting into YC with that new startup is something that not everyone is able to pull off. Uh, so.
Yeah, I mean, like no one is able to pull off in the first go.
Hmm.
I would say this is much more common journey than you think it is.
Okay. No, but
Yeah, most people don't pull off in the first go.
got it, got it. But YC ka app, YC में application was it was on your in your first try, is it? With card.
No, dude, like I applied like 3 times. This was my fourth time.
अच्छा, अच्छा. But with
So,
the card
almost majority of the batch has been rejected more than once.
and with cardboard, was it the first time?
Yeah, with Cardboard, it was the first time, but previously it was for my previous company, with
Hmm.
which we applied 3 times and then got rejected. So, like,
Hmm.
being rejected by YC is like pretty normal. It's like one
Normal.
step closer to being accepted in the YC.
Let's go. But I'm sure once you are in, all of that is completely worth it.
Yeah, yeah, and I would say don't treat it like an exam or some milestone
Hmm.
that you need to accomplish. The one thing that you should do to increase your odds of
Hmm.
getting into YC is just build a good business and make something people want.
Like for this conversation, as I said that we have an audience which would be very much interested to know how was your application that finally got you accepted. Like, so how do you want to present this? Like, how do you think
Hmm.
that the audience can gain the most value out of your experience of this application?
Yeah, I can probably show you guys,
Hmm.
but one pretext over there is one is that please don't try to pattern match things over here because that sometimes don't always work.
Hmm.
But I think what I would take if I was a viewer is probably you guys are great builders,
Hmm.
but at some point, what happens is we are not able to communicate our ideas clearly,
Yeah.
and what you should take out of this should be not how you can hack your way around a YC or like present some voodoo magic in your application, but like how to communicate clearly whatever you are building.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Like we have all been a culprit of this pattern matching and everything, but yeah, like YC is smart enough to catch that. So I get your point. But in any case, like if like we would all be very curious to know what was your application like. It would be great if you can present that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Cool. So these are basic questions, and
Mm.
as you should have like very small, short, clear answers, and
Mm.
only explain the thing that they have asked.
Yeah.
Like how long founders know each other, how did you meet?
Mm.
It's so easy to read. We have known each other. The applicant should be readable, should
Yeah.
not be LLM generated, and like
Yes.
it's very clear. We have known each other for 5 years,
Yeah.
14 years. We have met in a backers class. We are childhood friends. That's it. And who writes code? Ishan writes code and is responsible for the tech. We both come from a technical background, are
Mm.
capable of writing code. All tech is in-house. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't try to over-explain your way into
Definitely.
IC.
Yes.
And I'm not looking for a co-founder. No, this was a founder video. I
Okay.
can attach this application. You guys can see this afterwards. But then company name, this was different options. We ended up going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Company URL. We attached a simple demo. That also I think I can share, which you guys can look at. Um, this was the link to product.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we spend up a link to the product. It's always great if someone can use whatever you built. This
Yes.
was the demo credentials that you can just like sign in with.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your company going to make? This is very simple short answer on what we are going to make. A one-liner,
Yeah.
explain what we are making, explain how it is different, and
Mm.
explain the vision. Very simple, easy to understand. Uh, and like, feel free to stop me wherever you
Yes.
want.
Yes. Like one thing that I'm noticing is that it's very scannable. Everything is like I can read it in a like 3 to 4 seconds the entire para, and I can get a gist of it. So concise, making it concise is very helpful, I feel.
Yeah, where do you live? Explain the decision.
Hmm.
Why SF? Why I was already in SF at that point. And
Yeah.
initial traction. We had
Hmm.
pilots with some companies,
Hmm.
and whatever it is today, we started building MVP. It has been live since one day.
Okay.
Everything runs in the browser.
Huh.
Um, and uh, how long it was like I started doing customer discovery a month ago.
Huh.
Ishan joined part time. We started building MVPs about 8 days ago.
Yeah.
And it was like we were one of the earliest in the journey.
Hmm.
And
Like
which tech
earliest
stack
in
are
the
we
journey.
using?
Uh,
I mean, many people had more than 8 days since they have started building the
okay.
product.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. But the user research part is the core of it, which started 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I feel not the core, but yeah, like
Uh-huh.
definitely a thing, important thing. Yeah.
The like what I believe is, and I have got this feedback from many other founders as well, that we are all great builders, but we are not aware of the problem as much as is required, and that only comes through user research. That am I right
Yeah.
in saying that? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you should definitely know what you're trying to solve.
So, what did these 4 weeks look like for you, like when you were doing user discovery?
It was just like me going to my first degree friends, then
Mm-hmm.
asking them for connections, and or just like asking them for referrals, and then talking to someone, and then asking them for referrals,
Got
then
it.
and then just like going building out the tree,
Uh-huh.
going to events maybe in Bangalore,
Hmm.
going to events in SF,
Hmm.
like wherever I could get conversations, I was getting conversations. I was mostly like DMing my Bitcoin friends, DMing my founder friends, like, hey, do you know someone who is like building? And then after it's just numbers game. You just like need first 10 calls, and then from that one call, try to get two more intros on the call. And then from
Yeah.
that intro, try to get two more on the call.
Uh-huh. On the
So
call is the
it's
important part,
nothing.
I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like at the end, just like ask, hey, can you make a group between
Hmm.
me and XYZ? Some
Hmm.
people might just make a group on the call. That's great. Some
Hmm.
people might do it afterwards, and some people might not do it at all.
Yeah.
And that's completely fine.
Yeah. No one
But yeah,
observes.
you should anyways try. Yeah.
True, true.
But yeah, one thing that I've realized like after YC is like there's like no magic secret sauce. It's like the same thing, but
Haha.
doing it like with more direction, more intensity.
That's so good to know. Like I did a podcast in the previous week as well, and this was the same exact insight which was derived from it. That YC is no magic sauce. It's just the same advice, like just don't die, keep your profits higher than your losses, keep the light bulb on. It's just the same advice, but with more conviction, more a better environment to pursue, I feel.
Hmm. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Mm,
you may proceed with, yeah.
cool. You can go ahead.
Yes.
And this is more about the tech stack we are using.
Hmm.
This we just like explain whatever we are using and whatever we are going to use,
Yeah.
right? Like planning to use to build a product, include AI models and AI coding tools. It
Hmm.
was very simple, very exactly the kind of answer that we are doing at
Yes.
that point. And are people using your product? Yes. We had like 4 users
Uh-huh.
uh, and 10 users around, like, yeah, 4 to 10 users around.
Huh.
And then some YouTubers, some guys I met at like some random events in SF.
Uh-huh.
And based on our conversations, expected pricing is this. This was some numbers that our users have told us.
Yeah.
Someone has told us 100, someone has told us 200, someone has told us 20. But we thought like this is a good estimate.
Yeah.
And we have not lied anywhere in our application, just
Hmm.
exactly what things were.
Got.
Do you have any revenue? Did not have any revenue. Uh, and no, no. And why have you picked this idea to work on?
Uh-huh.
I explained why, how I faced the problem, and
Huh.
how Ishan faced the problem, and how we have verified the problem by not just our experience, but
Hmm.
also through others as well,
Yeah.
and um, how we are building cardboard to remove those painful steps. Like very simple application, nothing rocket science, very scannable. This is how personal experience, external validation. What are we doing about it? Who are your competitors? There are incumbents, recent startups,
Mm-hmm.
video gen tools, and web editors. This is like it.
This is a pretty populated space, I would say. Like
Yeah,
as every week passes, there are seemingly more and more video editing tools coming up. So
yeah,
yeah, like there is a lot of scope. At the same time, there is a lot of competition.
definitely.
But competition
Yeah,
is
and like
yeah, like yeah, please go on.
yeah, I mean like then we explain what we are doing differently,
Hmm.
and this is what we believe is going to be like an unfair advantage. We acknowledge that these are ambitious problems,
Hmm.
and they have far more resources, and our edge is how fast we can ship,
Yeah,
and they are hard to build. And how fast we can ship, uh, you guys can see in our changelog,
I can
and
see that.
that will, yeah. So
Definitely. Yes.
they do want to know how will you make money, because that's the whole point. Uh, so that's a important point for sure. If you're running a business, you
Hmm.
have to make money.
Hmm.
And this was our initial idea, but things do change. But yeah, this was like our initial plan to charge.
Yeah, like Alex Hermosi puts it, solve rich people problems, they pay better. I can see a reflection of it in your pricing section. A bit of it, I'm not very sure if your idea
Yeah,
but
yeah.
is like
I
consistent with.
think pricing do change
Yeah.
often, and it's very experimental in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like ChatGPT and Anthropic are still experimenting. So
Yeah.
who are we?
That's so true. Yes.
And yeah, this also changed. It's mostly like prosumer sort of SaaS now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these are some other random ideas that I had at that time,
Hmm.
which I was like, okay, we might apply with these ideas. And we have not formed a legal entity. We are both like equal ownership. And what convinced you to apply to YC? And these are two things. That's where my application ends.
Like, really appreciate you sharing this. Uh, I being a first time viewer of a proper YC application that got into it, I can take away this that it needs to be genuine, it needs to be scannable, and it needs to reflect what your experience has been like and how you plan to proceed with what you're building. Once you get into YC, what has been your experience like? How do you feel YC has helped with the cardboard's growth?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that requires different podcasts. But yeah, like, if I have to give you a TLDR, it
Uh-huh.
was um, building startups is very counterintuitive.
Hmm.
And if it was intuitive, everyone would have been successful.
Hmm.
And what YC does is like pushes the counterintuitive thing, pushes you to do the counterintuitive thing and do it with like full conviction. And group partners, everyone is just like super, super helpful. So like that like accelerates your growth and helps you move fast.
Like, love that, Saksham. Before we end this, is there any message that you would like to give to any of us college students who might be watching this and would be aspiring to build something that people want?
Mm, yeah, I mean like read PG's essays, Paul Graham's essays,
Read.
uh, it, uh, Paul Graham's essays as much as
Okay,
you can. Yeah, they're great.
they are great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty actionable. Thank you for sharing and wishing Cardboard the very best. And yeah, hope to stay connected. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Take care. Bye bye.